I learned in the Academy of Music, the Royal Academy of Music, that you were supposed to have an idea of who you want to reach and your target group or something like that. And I must say that for me, I'm playing for those who are interested in listening to my music. My name is Mette Jensen Ørnstrup, and I'm from Denmark. Jutland. Music means somehow to be in contact with the soul somehow, and the deeper things in both in me, but also when I communicate with my audience and my fellow musicians. And it's a way to open up for what is important somehow with the one you are. Making music will be an expression from me, and if you are my fellow musician, you will sort of express yourself back, and it will be mostly unless you have a text, but it will be without words. And it makes it makes the communication really, there's words like pure and clear coming to my mind. Sometimes it doesn't go very well. I mean, it's not always that music, it just floats. But I've tried musical situations where I had no idea what I should put in, like what my input would be. I have tried where I just didn't like to be there. I have tried in big ensembles where half of the musicians were crying on stage because they hated to be there. I have also tried that it was amazing. The communication was amazing, and you get this communication with both your audience and your fellow musicians, and that you somehow feel humanized, or feel spiritualized, feel something that you really need. It's another way of life somehow. There's one theme or one thing that I always want to sort of achieve, both when I teach in music or when I do concerts, and that is that I would like people to be present. I hope for myself to be present when I play, but I also want my audience to be present, and somehow to wake up, depending on where you are in your life. Some of my music is sort of on the edge of what most people like. When I do free improv, my mother hates it. I tried some concerts where people walked away, and that's totally fine by me. Being a Danish person, I don't so much consider myself sort of Danish, but for sure I come from a Western world, and I've lived in Istanbul for a year and a half, and I have worked with musicians there when I lived there, and also most Arab musicians here. I think the biggest difference is that in the Western Europe tradition, or how we think, is that you can take things out of a context. In the Middle Eastern, the traditional thinking, in the classical that I was learning, they said the opposite. If you're not dealing with your tradition, then society will crash. So and I was absolutely taught in the Western tradition, and I am absolutely somehow a Western musician, but still also being very interested in how to connect with both sides. My hope for this project is that everybody will feel that we can contribute like 110% with who we are, all of us. And let's see if it's possible.